roam free, get what they need and move on, not be chained to a circus. Stefano's green eyes revealed his distress. Whether I am here or not, these animals will be, so I do what I can to see they are cared for, he said, stepping toward an elephant. Mary, her head the size of an armchair, towered 8 feet in the air. Her eyes were pools of mahogany, her skin cracked desert earth. I touched it. Stiff whiskers raked my palm as I stroked her jaw. Next to Mary's ear, coarse gray skin softened to a freckled pink. Stefano watched from my shoulder as the elephant sniffed my clothing, my hair. Her huge pupil followed me while I caressed her jowl and traced the furrows beneath her eye. When I let my hand fall to my side, Mary looped her trunk under my wrist. I stiffened. Stefano, his hands on my hips, his warm breath on my neck, reassured me from behind. My bracelets tinkled as Mary raised my arm to her eye. From behind thick, lashed lids, she stared not at my hand, but at my face. I heard her whooshing breath, smelled her animal scent, felt her craggy skin against my own. Mary held on to my wrist, moving with me as I drew my fingertip up past her eye and then down to her mouth. I leaned back against Stefano. His touch aroused me. Hers thrilled me. Between the two, I could barely breathe. Chapter 1. Out the Door. I grew up in the wing of an old motel. Rooms 5, 6, 7, and 8 had been lifted from their foundation in Eugene, Oregon, transplanted into the nearby woods, and modified barely enough to be called a house. The previous owners had turned one bathroom into a kitchen, leaving the plastic curtained shower stall intact to serve as the pantry, and walled over a second bathroom to hide the toilet in the living room. I can still see the little red plaque nailed to my parents' bedroom door. Checkout time is 12 noon. Please be sure to remove all belongings. There are times when I wonder if spending my teenage years within walls that had once rattled with thousands of comings and goings contributed to the transience that consumed my young adult life. In a home with 4 front doors, how could a family plant roots and allow them to grow? My father checked out first, in some ways years before he actually packed his cigarettes and his tools and walked out the door. My siblings didn't last long either. At 17, my sister began her trek up and down the West Coast, seeking stability in a handful of boyfriends and husbands. One of my brothers abandoned college to travel the Midwest, living out of a car, selling Bibles to believers, earning meals by memorizing random excerpts of a book he'd never read. My other brother spread his 20s across the world's military bases. He found home in a helmet and a gun. Brothers and sister gone, father remarried, mother working. By my senior year in high school, our motel home felt hollow, and I spent 1983 filling that void. More, farther, wilder, higher, fast paces and far-flung places. I chased the anticipation of what comes next, and each exercise in excess took me another step further away from everything I'd ever known. College in California saved me from small-town Oregon, but school sufficed only until I discovered Grateful Dead-style emancipation. Hopscotching across the states in my Volkswagen bus, I followed the music, followed the fun. The kaleidoscope of the Dead was as much about becoming one with the music and one with each other as it was about being different from everyone else. Tour after tour, we traveled thousands of miles by bus, car, plane, or thumb until we reached the next concert and let out one big home-again sigh. Home where everything we needed, meals, tickets to the show, customers to purchase our goods, seemed to be ready and waiting, and a few hours of selling my hand-woven beaded jewelry usually provided enough for me to live on and travel. Within days, we'd be back on the road, like some psychedelic gumball rally, prodding our jalopies toward the next town. Seeing the same faces over and over around the country built a sense of community that drew me into the Grateful Dead experience. It is also what pushed me away. After 18 months, tie-dye dreadlocks and glow-in-the-dark leggings became predictable.